Hello everybody, we're heading south in the ditch. I don't know the name of this little town.
Wrightville Beach, North Carolina.
Wrightville Beach, North Carolina is where we stayed last night. Came out of Beaufort. Really cool town. If you're coming through North Carolina, stop in Beaufort. It is a really cool town. Reminds me of a town we have in, on the beaches down there called Johns Pass, only it's like 3 times bigger, and I think a little bit cooler. So we stayed there for 3 days. I'll get some pictures for you. I got some pictures somewhere. There'll be some popping around. Last night, yesterday morning I guess it was. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday!
We were offshore about just at the opening of Fry Pan Shoals, just at the far end. And I thought, well, we'll go around Fry Pan Shoals and make for Jacksonville. And so about 6 o'clock in the morning, I guess. And then I realized it was my birthday. So I hung a hard right. We were under motoring right into the wind. And I hung a hard right, headed for Wrightsville, and got a slip for the night, and had a few too many last night for the birthday. So we're going to try to run the ditch today, see if we run aground. Speaking of that, we're down to like 3 feet under the keel right now, in the middle of the ICW. That's not fun. I know that down in Georgia it shoaled up pretty good. They were telling me south of Wrightsville was okay, and he didn't know of anything else in South Carolina that we had to worry about. So we'll try to run the ditch, see what happens. We're south of where we ran aground. The bombing range north of here, don't try that if you have anything over 4-foot draft. We ran aground hard there, right in the middle of the channel. They moved to green from the port side, running south. It's on the port, all the way over 10 feet off the beach on the starboard side. With a 13-foot wide beam, I can't make that. So I tried to hug it and ran slap dab aground. And so that's all shoaled up there. There's no getting through there. Current brought us broadside to the channel, and I had a 20-knot wind out of the south, and so we were just sitting broadside of the channel, hard aground. Rolled out the 135% Genoa, and she turned north, and I gave her a little bit of gas, and she popped right off. So
thank God.
Thank God. You know, the key to good captaining is not, never run aground. It's how to get off once you do. At least that's my opinion. Somebody will say, well, you should never run aground. I can't figure that part out.
What do they say? You're not sailing unless you run aground?
Yeah, there's 3 types of sailors. Those that have, those that will, and liars. And I'm the first one, I have. I'm the second one, I will. I won't lie to you about it. I'm just going to run aground. That 36 Catalina we used to sell, take it out. We were on the bottom with that thing 3-4 times a week. And
Mostly because it was tide bound.
yeah, mostly because it was tide bound, and we pushed that half hour each direction. But that's all part of sailing. You're going to touch the bottom eventually. It's how you get off. If you got to call towboat, you failed somewhere. And if you sink the boat, you really fail. So we try not to sink the boat and figure out a way off. I've used wake from big trawlers, and you know, called big trawlers on the radio coming by. We were hard aground in Fort Myers on the Catalina on an outgoing tide, right on the side of the channel. I mean, it looked to me like we were in the channel, but we were just off the edge of it. I called big trawler on the radio and said, be careful up here, trawler, it's shallow. And he's like, yep, I know right where you're at. I said, hey, I could lose all the wake you can give me. You got it. He threw some 5-foot wakes at me, and we bounced right off. And you know, it's just all about how you get off. And you're going to run aground. It's part of it. It's hard to imagine that you're going to take your life savings, you just sold your house, you bought this boat, and you're going to take it out here and you're going to put it in danger. But that's what we do. That's what we're doing. And all of the cruisers are doing the same thing. Whether they're in a 30-foot Catalina or a 80-foot Swan, we're all doing the same thing. We've got all of our money wrapped up into our boats, and loving every minute of it. That's just what we do. Is that right, babe?
Yep. Give you some scenery out here.
Yeah, this is a beautiful area. It really is. I really like North Carolina. Town we stayed at in Wrightsville, this whole area really is kind of like the Hamptons of North Carolina. Every boat in the marinas we were at was $500,000 fishing boats, 80-foot fishing boats, 60-foot fishing boats. Our little Gulf Star, it just seemed out of place, you know. Wasn't really any other sailboats. It was just all big $500,000 to $1 million fishing boats.
And cruising yachts,
yeah,
motor yachts.
Cruising yachts and big yachts, but for the most part, it's a lot of money. And this little boat, I guess it's not that little, but seemed out of place.
Boats that were driving by seemed to look at it really hard and
I think that's
admire
because it was dirty. It was the only one.
No.
Oh, come on now. You know you spent all morning cleaning it.
I did spend all morning cleaning it. At least the deck and inside the cockpit. I would like to clean the outside, but checkout time for that dock was 11 a.m. I guess they run on hotel time.
And after 4, 5, 10, I don't know how many I had last night, rum and cokes.
You had 4.
Did I have 4?
Your limit's 2.
Yeah, my limit's usually 1.
You can usually do 2 and just be buzzed, but you had 4, so
I was drunk.
You're tipsy.
Yeah, I was
definitely.
I'm a real big lightweight, so if there's any girls out there wanting to date, you don't have to pay a lot for me to get drunk.
Hey, what do you mean?
What?
Girls that want to date you.
Well, I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
If they wanted to date me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, they got to come home with you too.
Alright, well.
Yeah, but this is a beautiful area. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's Atlantic Ocean on the other side of the grass. Let's see grass. And it's just flat forward.
It is a hot one today, though.
Yeah, it's a
Not
little
much
warm.
wind.
And I'm finding some shallow spots through here. I mean, we just had under 4 feet under the keel. So that puts it, I guess, 10 feet deep.
Which isn't that, the standard?
Huh?
Isn't that the standard though, 10 feet deep?
Yeah, but normally the depth finder's reading 7, 8 feet. When it gets down to 3.2, it starts making me nervous.
Oh yeah, it'll make anyone nervous.
Yeah, I like to have a little more water than that under the boat. Especially when I'm doing 7 right now. Over ground. That could do some damage. Be a 30,000 pound boat going 7.5 knots. Maybe hit something, it's going to tear some stuff up. So.
Well, hopefully we can get some good video today. And
Yeah, we'll start video more. Austin laughed and we think he stole our GoPro.
I'm sure it's downstairs somewhere. We just can't find it right now.
Yeah.
I would have liked it yesterday. The water was so blue when we were offshore. I would have liked to stuck the GoPro under the water to see if there were any wildlife. There's supposed to be right whales in this area. They migrate this area and then they have their babies along, what is that, the east coast of Florida by Miami and Vero Beach and yeah. So.
No, it's, yeah, the East Coast.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll keep you guys informed and talk to you later.
Yeah, we got some weird looking stuff up here.
You want to say bye-bye?
Yeah, it looks like we got some shoaling up here. They've moved the reds all the way over.
Talk to you later.
And so we got to figure out what's going on. So we'll see y'all later and we'll film a little. It's a big channel here. We're in a big shipping channel in North Carolina, just north of the South Carolina border. I don't know the name of the town. Hell, I don't know where I am half the time. I know it's part of the ICW. The ICW runs into it back there and comes out of it up there. And that ferry boat, the little ferry boat, car ferry, taking people across.
The Weather Channel is saying we're in Southport, North Carolina.
Southport?
Yep.
Oh, that works. Makes sense. It's a port, big shipping port. And we're getting a little push. Apparently the tide here runs about, I don't know, 15 or 20 feet. And we're getting a little push coming out of the channel here. I'm turning 2300 on the tack and no sails up. Wind's right in our teeth at 12 knots, so that should be slowing us down. We're still doing 9.3 knots. I thought hull speed was like 9 knots. So we're going faster than what I thought hull speed was. I could be wrong. Apparently I am, because we're going faster than that over ground.
Being attacked by horseflies.
Yeah, being attacked by horseflies. There's, I don't know, a bunch of them. There's one up there. Can't kill them, apparently. I tried to slide it with my hand, with a rag. It just laughs at me and goes and flies on. So that didn't work. So hopefully they don't carry us away. You know, in Florida we got 6-foot mosquitoes. Up here they got 12-foot horseflies. Yeah, go figure. But I tell you, it's a beautiful day, and if we didn't have 12 knots on the nose, if we had any kind of angle to it at all, we'd be sailing, because it is really a beautiful day. But we'll just keep motoring down the ditch, and otherwise known as the Intercoastal Waterway, or ICW. And I've always called it the ditch.